Renzo,
Uh-huh.
when was the last time you cried?
Wow. Okay, are we seriously starting the episode like that?
That's how we're starting.
Okay. Hey, no, let's be emotionally available and honest in this new year. Last time I cried.
Hey, it could be tears of joy. I don't know.
Does a cold wind count? No. But I don't remember exactly. I think maybe a few weeks ago I did have a little shedding of tears earnestly. But also I admit I cry easily at very emotional moments in movies.
Good.
What
I'm
was that?
proud of you. I love men that admit that they cry, to
Oh
be honest.
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because I grew up,
Yeah.
Venezuela, like a very like society where like men don't cry, men don't cry. I
Oh, me
love
too.
when men cry.
Me too. I grew up
And
with
women
that.
and everybody. Crying is like using the restroom. It's a need. It's a physiological need.
When I was little,
Uh-huh.
my grandmother taught
Again,
me.
the abuelita?
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah.
What happened?
Taught me that if I ever wanted to cry, if I ever got sad or hurt or something, instead I should grunt like, and I should say, and this is like a 5-year-old me, and I should say, "Hombre macho."
Wow. Okay. We could talk for a half an hour about that, but the real purpose of my question is to tie it to the purpose of this show, which is to talk about Spanish expressions.
That's right, because this is just a phrase where we talk about our expressions
And
that
our
we feature
on News in Slow Spanish.
That's right, our main show where you can listen to current events and learn Spanish. You can find out more about that by going to newsandslowspanish.com. But right now, what is the expression for today?
What expressions in Spanish can you think that have tears?
Tears. Oh.
Or crying.
Ir a llorarle. Oh, I know which one.
Uh-huh.
Lágrimas de cocodrilo.
You knew you were going to talk about that.
Yeah, I know. That was planned. That was really
it was
transparent.
Planned. Yeah, guys. Sorry.
But that is the expression today. Lágrimas de cocodrilo. Which, of course, in English is...
crocodile. I don't know how to pronounce that word. You do it.
Okay, crocodile tears.
That's one of the hardest. Crocodile, like refrigerator, mirror. Okay. Back to the topic.
Crocodile tears. It's the same expression. We have it in English as in Spanish, but you may not know, you, our listeners right now, whoever's listening to this, I don't know if anyone's listening to this, but if you are, you may not know where that expression comes from. Why do we talk about crocodile tears? And also, more importantly, what does it mean? What does it mean to cry crocodile tears, to llorar lágrimas de cocodrilo?
It means that it's fake. You're being like a hypocrite. It's like, yeah, don't tell me you care about that when you really don't. Or don't tell me you're so sad when you really are not. But the origin, I mean, for what I understand, crocodiles actually cry when they eat.
Because they're so sad. They feel such remorse.
That's where the misconception comes from. They do cry, but they do not cry because they're sad. They do cry because one theory says it's a way for the crocodile to keep its eyes wet when they're out of the water.
Oh, that makes sense.
The other theory says is because they're...
tear ducts.
Yes, are very close to their savory...
salivary.
Yes.
Salivary glands. Oh, so when they're chewing and their muscles in their jaw are stimulating their salivary glands, they also put pressure or something on their tear ducts to produce tears?
Exactly. So you see them eating and crying, and it's not that they, oh, I'm sorry, you little animal that I'm eating. I feel bad for you and I'm crying while I eat you, but I need my protein. No, it's like they don't care. They're just eating the animal and they're not sad at all. But wait, you didn't reply to me. When was the last time you cried?
Oh, gosh. Okay. A few weeks ago, but I don't remember what about. However, I do remember there was a movie that made me cry not long ago. It was like and it wasn't even the first time I watched it. What is the one It's like the Disney movie with the Mexican boy.
Oh,
who's
Coco, of
Coco, but everybody
course.
cries in Coco, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
that's not
I
cheating,
cry in
but
every Pixar and Disney movie. Talking about movies, I watched a movie last weekend in the movie theater. I highly recommend it. It's an Iranian movie. They had to film it in hiding. And it's a thriller. Your heartbeat goes super fast, but also it makes you cry out
yeah.
of injustice. It's
Oh,
I won't say more. It's called The Seed of the Sacred Fig.
of
No,
the sacred fig.
Seed of the Sacred Fig. I pronounce it
Seed
right?
fig. Yeah, that was perfect. The seed of the sacred fig. Wow. Okay, that sounds intense, which leads me to believe that these are real tears, right? You're really feeling the emotion
Yes,
of, okay,
yes.
but we're talking about fake tears.
Right. Can you think of any example of lágrimas de cocodrilo, of
Yes.
places where people cry for not real?
Yes. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking, because there's one thing that's been driving me crazy that I've noticed a lot in on the internet in general. But so I'm not on social media very much at all, but still the places that I frequent on the internet, they are rife with social media content. And one of the things that I've noticed that's a really awful trend, and there's no shortage of awful trends on the internet, but it's of people having reaction videos or videos of themselves crying because they just got horrible news, or like, my boyfriend, my girlfriend just broke up with me, or maybe something really serious, like I just found out that I have cancer, or someone that I know has cancer, or I don't know, any number of horrible things that can happen to you. And then they post a video online to their social media, to their socials, as apparently they say now, um, of themselves crying to the news. And every single time I see this, I have to admit, I get a little bit angry, because why do they have time to put their phone somewhere and press record to publish these tears, this display of emotion for what? For likes? I personally, I'm not okay.
I
I hate
agree.
it.
I
I
agree.
hate it.
Totally lágrimas de cocodrilo.
Yes, crocodile tears. Exactly.
It makes me think of talking about crazy trends. The other one is people that like they do act of kindness,
Mm,
charity, and they film themselves doing it. It's
right.
like, look how nice I am. So I understand it's great to do charity. It's great to be vulnerable, but when you are vulnerable for likes on on social media, or when you are like doing charity for likes, that to me is lágrimas de cocodrilo. It's like,
Yeah.
seriously?
And you know what? That I mean, it's a different expression, right? The boy who cried wolf. But seeing lágrimas de cocodrilo, crocodile tears, often in media, for example, makes you more skeptical about tears in general. So one of these videos for charity, for example, when I see the allegedly earnest reaction of the person who is receiving like a charitable act, and they start crying, now I wonder, because so much content on the internet is disingenuous, I wonder if those are crocodile tears.
Lágrimas de cocodrilo. They might be.
They might be.
You're right.
Yeah.
So, well, that was an easy expression. If you want more expressions in Spanish, visit newsinslowspanish.com.
We have a whole catalog of them, and we're going to keep coming back with this podcast to talk about just a phrase.
Just a phrase.
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing. If you want to chat about these expressions or anything else, really, we have a great thing at News and So Spanish called Rooms, which is a place where you can join conversations to practice your Spanish and talk about topics like this.
And you can create your own rooms to talk about anything you're passionate about, or you can join rooms that already exist. And Renzo and I usually participate in those rooms quite often. So if you want to practice conversation in Spanish, en español, with us, con nosotros, newsinslowspanish.com.
Yep. It's pretty cool. So we'll talk about it some more next time. when we come back with another phrase.
Just a phrase.
Just a phrase.
Adios.